Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about seasonal point farming. For all my veterans out there, Retem Alnothe, there's a TLDR, close the video, you're good to go. But for all of my new players, or if you're a player without a Kaiser weapon or a 7-star rarity weapon yet, stick around because it's not actually Retem Alnothe, that's not the place for you. But before I continue on with the video, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So first things first, why do we need seasonal points to begin with? And this is of course because of our event shop over here. When we talk to our event lady and we go to the exchange shop, there is a ton of items over here that you can pick up with seasonal points, and a lot of it, I want to say like 90% of it, is actually very useful. You can see I have already bought out all my Blizzardium as well as the Alpha Reactors and the Star Gems as well as the Katana because this is just really strong. It's the strongest 6-star rarity weapon to use, so there's really no reason why you shouldn't be picking up one of these weapons, unless of course you have a 7-star rarity weapon. Then why are you watching this video? Go to Retem Alnothe, you'll be fine. So as many of you have probably already figured out, the fastest way to earn seasonal points is to go to combat zones and defeat enemies, simply because a large majority of the enemies are going to be seasonal enemies, especially in a combat zone. So you go there, you kill enemies over and over and over, and you rack up a ton of seasonal points. However, if you are a new player or a player without a 7-star rarity weapon yet, you may be interested in working towards a Kaiser weapon. And in order to make a Kaiser weapon, there are quite a few requirements. First of all, you need a rocks weapon unless you're making the Harmonizer. The Harmonizer is a very special case. As we can see here, the Kaiser Harmonizer does not need a rocks weapon. You just need your 60 icicle cubes, you need your 900 icicle orbs, and you need your 150 Blizzardium. And it's because of these 3 items over here which may make you want to farm in the Kvaris region instead, especially for combat zones, because 900 orbs will take you a little bit of time to obtain. So if you only care about the icicle orbs, where you want to farm is going to be Beluga Rune South. So I personally prefer farming in rank 2 zones simply because there's a chance of dropping the rocks weapons, which you're going to need in order to craft your Kaiser weapon to begin with. But depending on what rocks weapon you're using, you may realize it's not actually very expensive. For example, the rocks rod for my Force players out there only cost 22,000 Meseta. So maybe you don't even care. Maybe you'll just pick up your rock weapon from the marketplace instead because, you know, 22,000 is pretty much nothing. However, if you're a Katana braver like myself, well, unfortunately the rocks Katana is significantly more expensive simply because it's a very popular class. A lot of people enjoy playing the Katana braver, and thus the rocks Katana has a lot of demand, which causes the price to go up. So you are looking at about 300,000 for these rocks Katanas, and depending on what ship you play, the price might be even higher or even lower. It really depends on the supply and demand. And because of that, I would recommend players to farm in Beluga Runes rank 2, simply because the Pangolin boss mob in the Beluga Runes has a chance of dropping the rocks Katana, or just any Katana in general. There's also a chance of getting the rugged Katana, but I've been farming for 4 months and I've never seen it, so the drop rate is really low. Just keep that in mind. But more importantly, there are a lot of trials in the Beluga Runes which require you to break gold boxes. You're going to notice that whenever you break a gold box in the Kvaris region, there's a very high chance that you will receive 1 icicle orb whenever you break any of those frozen boxes. Now there is a very low chance of getting Blizzardium, so if you do need Blizzardium, breaking those gold boxes will work. But we have Randomite going on right now. You literally go around the entire map, break all of the Randomite, and you will get a metric butt ton of Blizzardium. You can see over here on my ship 3 character, I already have 151 Blizzardium, and I literally got 40 Blizzardium from breaking all of the Randomite in all 3 regions. So that is Aleo, Retem, as well as Kvaris. So make sure that you do take advantage of the Randomite and break all of them. If you're still looking for a map, please check yesterday's video. I have a map in the description below there, so you'll know where to find all the Randomite. However, solely focusing on your Kaiser weapon is not exactly the best use of your time. I personally prefer to kill multiple birds with 1 stone, so other than just farming for the materials needed for my Kaiser, I also want to level up my classes. And so what you should take into consideration is what level are you right now, and look at the different combat zones. So for example, if you're between level 35 to 45, then maybe farm Beluga Runes rank 1. However, if you're between levels 46 to 56, then maybe Beluga Ruins rank 2 would be better. So how did I magically pull those numbers out of my butt? It's actually very simple. You look at the level of the enemies in each zone. So for example, Lost Central, the enemy is level 55. You need to make sure that the level difference between you and the mob is less than 5 levels. So you can farm at Lost Central rank 2 as long as you are between the levels 50 to 60, then rank 2 is a very good place to farm. The reason for this is because if the level gap is too great or 5 levels and above, there is an EXP penalty. So you want to stay within that 5 level range in order to maximize the EXP gains that you get when you're farming in said area. But I know you smart viewers have probably noticed, Carol, at the very beginning of the video, you told all the veterans to just go to Retem Alnothe. They're level 60. Why should they be farming in Retem Alnothe? And the reason is fairly simple. Retem Alnothe is a very small combat zone. You can see that it's relatively small, and on top of that, there is not a lot of verticality. It's a relatively flat map, which means it is very easy to traverse the map or move around the map, and the mob density is very high. So the reason why we farm Retem Alnothe is simply because at level 60, you will be one-shotting all the mobs, even in rank 3, because all the mobs are level 40, you're level 60, your weapon is level 60. So you'll go in and everything will just self-destruct and explode, and you get a ton of seasonal points. The only downside about Retem Alnothe is there is no significant loot that you get here. This is purely for seasonal points and maybe for Alt Secreta 3 if you are planning to use that capsule, because you can get a lot of those capsules in Retem Alnothe or just in any combat zone in general. A big tip is Alt Secreta 3 will only drop during the nighttime, regardless of what combat zone you're in. So if you're farming during the daytime, you will never get an Alt Secreta capsule to drop. Just keep that in mind. So, you know, sometimes when you're wandering around and you're like, oh my goodness, it's a storm and it's at nighttime, then it might be a good time to go into a combat zone, preferably Retem Alnothe, explode everything, get your PSE burst, and just cash out with those augments. Now, the reason why Alt Secreta is so important, I will be explaining in tomorrow's video, as tomorrow's video will talk all about the augments, because I know a lot of you guys are very curious about that and want to know what augment should I be using for my gear. Just tell me now, Caro. Don't worry, it'll all be covered in tomorrow's video. So in conclusion, other than farming for seasonal points, you should be aiming for other objectives as well, whether that be leveling up or farming towards your Kaiser weapon, because you know that it requires a lot of things. These icicle orbs aren't going to farm themselves, and it's 900 of these. This literally took me like 3 to 4 days to farm up 900 of them, so it does take a little bit of time. Unless you go really hardcore, then you could probably farm 900 in a day. I've never seen anyone do it, but maybe it's possible, I don't know. But if you only care about seasonal points and seasonal points alone, then Retem Alnothe rank 3, you just come in here, you blast all the mobs away. Now, if you only care about seasonal points but you're not max level yet, so you're not level 60 yet, then you can consider Retem Alnothe rank 1 or rank 2. These two areas work as well. But before you click off the video, there is something that I need to talk about, and that is boosters, because boosters can significantly cut down your farming time. So if you don't have a lot of time to play the game, utilizing these boosters are going to save you a ton of time. So the first booster is obtained through the event lady. You're going to talk to her, go to exchange gathering materials, and there is the Moon Gaze Dango. So the Moon Gaze Dango actually increases your seasonal points by 10% for 2 hours, and all it requires is 10 different food materials. It doesn't matter what type of food material. So you can see here when I click on it, I'm going to go to my material storage. I can scroll down. I can literally give it any type of random meat that I collect from the open world. So sure, light Retem meat. We'll just give her 10 of these in order to get one of these dangos. And boom, I've received one of these dangos. If I eat it, I will gain 10% more seasonal points for all the enemies I kill for 2 hours. Very straightforward. However, other than that, there is a less obvious one, and that is when you go to the shop over here, you go to item recycle, and at the very top, there is Moon Gazing 2022 seasonal points plus 100%. At the very beginning, you might think this is a pay to win item because it says target AC scratch items. It needs 5 AC scratch items. So a lot of people are just going to blow it off and be like, oh, it's a pay to win item. It's not worth it. There's a second page here which says target SG scratch items. Remember those free scratches you get every single day by logging in? If you get duplicates of those, you'll be able to exchange all of your duplicates to NSG recycle badges. So this is again in the same menu, the exchange item selection. So once you've obtained 5 of these recycle badges, you can actually go here and you click on the second option right here, And when you go to material storage, you can see you're able to use your recycle badges in order to get this booster. Now this booster is significantly stronger as it gives you 100% more seasonal points. However, it only lasts for 1 hour, but you can stack multiple copies of this on top of each other or just pop it whenever they run out, so it is very useful. I do recommend most players to use the SG Scratch item one instead of the AC one, but if you are a super whale and you've got duplicates of random fashion pieces that aren't worth anything on the market, you can feel free to exchange those AC items into regular recycle badges, and then you can do the same thing. You exchange 5 of these recycle badges in order to get this booster. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!
What can I say except you're welcome, for the heals, the boosts, the rest.